A new day dawns in the Palestinian territories. Decades of conflict in the West Bank and Gaza have left political and social scars. Until recently, tackling corruption was not a top priority. There is one group that has emerged to fight corruption in Palestine. Founded by prominent politicians and NGO activists, accountability and government transparency are central to their agenda.
For 10 years, when I started to speak about transparency, it was something that the people didn't understand. What does this mean?
One argument was, you're under occupation. Why are you challenging your own people? And we said that's precisely because we've lived under oppression, we've lived under occupation, we're setting up our own institutions, our own system of governance. We owe it to ourselves to build the best possible system, starting the nation-building process on a proper footing.
The pressure group Aman was formed, one of many independent groups around the world that are now part of the Transparency International network. The aim is to eradicate corruption from top to bottom, pressure at the top and action at the bottom. In encouraging ordinary people to speak out about corruption, the Advocacy and Legal Advice Centre was born. Within a year, the new centre received nearly 1,000 complaints and inquiries, and government employees were among those who have taken the chance to work with the centre in confronting corruption. One of the first to call the new centre was Mohammed Halak.
All this driving round I do, I'm looking to catch the cars being misused. And I also check that they are parked at the government offices.
Mohammed is an official in the Ministry of Transport. He was becoming dismayed by the widespread use of government cars for private purposes. Thousands of dollars were being lost to the government every day on petrol alone.
It's about the cost of the ministry to the community. It could go to poor families. Schools need improvements. Hospitals need equipping.
Working closely with Mohammed, the Advocacy and Legal Advice Centre launched a big publicity drive and a hotline for members of the public to ring in with reports of government car misuse. With radio announcements and billboards in the streets, thousands took the opportunity to phone in.
We did have some problems when we were working on the misuse of public vehicles. We did face a lot of problems with people who will lose the cars that they are using. But on the other side, most of the Palestinians, the normal citizens, they were really happy with that.
It's not just campaigns. Individuals have also been helped. Dawood Namrati, a father of 4 from Nablus, turned to Aman following an incident of police corruption.
There is a person who arrested my sons and took them to the police station in Nablus. The police station, they were shot.
The young men survived, but were both left permanently disabled. The policeman responsible walked free.
He was sentenced to 5.5 years. Then I would see him on the street. I'd be fuming. My children are my flesh and blood. I couldn't see him and do nothing. The man should pay for what he did.
Dawood tried all the official channels he could to get the sentence of the court implemented, but to no avail. Still, the guilty policeman walked free. And then Dawood heard about the Advocacy and Legal Advice Centre. He called Hammer and her team, asking them for help. The intervention of the centre and their alerting higher authorities to the situation led to the rogue policeman being rearrested and imprisoned. He was now to serve his sentence.
Not only are we proud of the work that our Palestinian chapter is doing, but that work is highly regarded in the international movement, not just as one member out of 107, but as a member that in many ways are leading the way in putting corruption under difficult circumstances often at the center stage in the struggle for social justice.
I am optimistic. I am optimistic because we started, and I don't believe now that anyone will make the wheel return back.
The fight against corruption is gradually bearing fruit. Progress is slow and involves a change of culture within societies and at the highest reaches of government. With the help of groups like Transparency International and their local advocacy and legal advice centres, that battle is beginning to be won.